Okay, record.
Gretel began to weep, but it didn't matter. She still had to do what the witch wanted. So now the best food was cooked for Hansel, and poor Gretel had nothing but... So now the best food was cooked for Hansel, and poor Gretel got nothing but crab shells. Every morning the old witch hobbled to the stable. "Hansel, stretch out your fingers so I can feel if you are getting fat." But Hansel was clever and instead stuck out one of the leftover bones from his last dinner. The old witch had poor eyesight, as most witches do. Their eyes are red, and they rely on their sense of smell more than their vision. The bone fooled her into thinking Hansel was not getting fat at all. When 4 weeks had passed and Hansel remained thin, she could no longer stand it. "Get some water, Gretel. Fat or lean, I don't care. Tomorrow I shall kill and eat Hansel." "Oh, if only the wild beast had killed us instead, then we could have died together." "Quiet, you wretched child. Keep your voice to yourself. Nothing will help you now." The next morning, Gretel went out to hang up the cauldron and light the fire. "First, I shall bake some dough. I've already begun to heat the oven." She pushed Gretel outside the door and towards the oven. It was a huge brick oven the size of a small shack. Flames from its fire were darting out the sides. "Creep into the oven and see if it's already baking the bread." The witch wanted Gretel to go inside the oven so she could shut the iron door on the girl and bake her inside. Then she would eat her also. But Gretel sensed this trick. I don't know how to do it. How do I get into the oven?" "You silly goose, the door is big enough. Just look and see how I can get inside myself." The witch put her head in, and Gretel pushed her in so hard that she fell into the oven. Gretel closed the door quickly behind. She fastened the bolt, and oh, how the witch howled and screamed as she was burnt to death in the oven. Gretel ran straight to Hansel and opened the grated door in the stable. "Hansel, Hansel, the witch is dead! We are free!" The children hugged each other and cheered and danced for joy. They went back into the dead witch's house and found chests full of pearls and jewels. They filled their pockets with all they could. "Now we must leave and get out of the witch's forest." After 2 hours, there came a great stretch of water. We cannot cross. There is no footplank or footbridge or ferry. But there is a white duck over there. I will ask her if she will help us over." Little duck, dost thou see? Hansel and Gretel are waiting for thee. There is never a plank or... There is...
Start it again.
From like the top of that little part?
From the little duck part.
Little duck, dost thou see? Hansel and Gretel are waiting for thee. There is never a plank or bridge in sight. Take us across on thy back so... One more time.
Wait, take a second breath here. I was wondering what all that banging was.
Right.
The heck with it.
Okay, I'll pause at the end of each line. Little duck, dost thou see? Hansel and Gretel are waiting for thee. There's never a plank or bridge in sight. Take us across on thy back so white.
That's good. In fact, it's even good that you slowed down a trifle. See, mostly, once you go through the first read...
Should I do it in a bit of a sing?
Maybe. We'll keep going.
Right.
When we go back to it. Oh, you want to do it right now? Okay.
Do you want me to sing that?
No, let's just keep going on.
Right. The good duck came and carried them across the water, one by one, for 2 together would have been too heavy for the little duck. Once across, they walked for a short time and saw the forest begin to look more and more familiar, and soon they saw their house. They began to run, and they burst into the parlor and hugged their father as hard as they could. The father was overjoyed to see them. He had not had one happy moment since he had left them in the forest. Their mother was dead. The children emptied their pockets of all the pearls and jewels, and they all danced around the room. And from then on, they lived together in perfect happiness.
Okay, is that the end?
Yeah.
Well, here's what we'll do. That was really good. We'll take a break. I will first.